Everyone thinks men over 50 struggle to build muscle because, well, they're over 50. But the truth is, your body is ready to grow. It's most likely your program that's holding you back. Most guys over 50 train the exact same way all year long. Same workouts, same weight, same routine. And then they wonder why nothing ever changes. Your body adapts fast. Most of you already know that. And once it adapts, progress slows down or stops completely. So if you want to make real progress going into 2026, you need a training plan that evolves around you. That's where periodization comes in. It's not complicated. It's simply a yearly schedule that changes your training focus every quarter so you keep getting stronger, building muscle, and protecting your body, protecting your joints. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact yearly blueprint I use, combining controlled lifting, smart compound work, supersets, my 3-3 method, and heavier 6-2 strength blocks, all organized into 4 quarters that you can easily follow. So first, let's answer the question, what is periodization? Periodization is just organizing your training into specific phases or seasons over the course of the year. Each quarter has one main purpose, which keeps your body responding instead of stalling. This approach is proven in research to improve strength, reduce injury risk, and help you break plateaus, especially important for those over the age of 50. So why is this? Because recovery is slower. Connective tissue takes longer to heal, and you can't train heavy all year without paying the price. But you also can't stay light forever, or you lose strength and muscle. Periodization solves this problem by rotating volume, intensity, and training style. So you're always improving without burning out. As we age, our limiting factor isn't effort, it's recovery. We need strategic cycles, a phase for controlled volume, a phase for heavier compound strength, a phase for supersets and metabolic work, and a phase to rebuild and deload. Men and women over 50 simply cannot push max intensity 12 months straight. But with a rotating structure, you get the perfect balance of strength, size, recovery, and longevity. First is quarter 1. This is the foundation and volume quarter, and it's months 1 through 3. This is where you start the year. So if you wanted to enter 2026 with a new plan and implement periodization, it's the perfect time to prepare to do it, as we are now in November. Does that mean you can't start it now in November of 2025? No, you can start it now, and you could make your first quarter be November of 2025 through January of 26. So the flexibility is there to structure it to fit your needs. Quarter 1 is all about rebuilding your foundation, movement patterns, joint health, work capacity, and mind-muscle connection. I recommend you use the 3-3 method exactly as it's designed, or whatever program you currently use that's similar to the 3-3 method. But with my 3-3 system, you have the following. You have 1 warm-up set, 1 controlled working set of 12 to 15 reps, and then 1 structured drop set. This quarter is slower tempo, higher reps, and joint-friendly training. It resets your body and prepares you for heavier work coming later. You can layer in light supersets for pump and blood flow, but the focus is control and consistency. And just remember, this is your base building season. So this is where you're going to build the foundation for your entire yearly program. Then comes quarter 2. And quarter 2 is your strength and power months. And these are months 4 through 6. Quarter 2 is, as I said, your strength cycle. And this is where we bring in heavier compound movements and controlled load progression. Here you can use the 6-2 strength method. If you're not familiar with my 6-2 strength method, I'm going to link that in the video description, as well as at the conclusion of this video, I will put the link for you. You can also use your own personal strength building plan if you currently have one that you like. The 6-2 system consists of 6 compound-focused movements, 2 rounds each, 10 to 12 reps to open, and 8 to 10 reps or somewhere thereabout in the second round, and then there's longer rest periods. You're chasing strength, not sloppy reps, and not PR ego lifting. So you're still not lifting ridiculously heavy weight. Compound movements like incline press, chest press, lat pull downs, leg press, and landmine pressing all fit perfectly in this program. This quarter is going to build that dense muscle and force production that carries into the rest of the year. Then we go into quarter three. And quarter three is hypertrophy and density, and this would be months 7 through 9. Quarter three is your growth season, hypertrophy and density training. You come back to the 3-3 method, but with higher intensity. You're going to have shorter rest periods, slower negatives, and you're going to have more metabolic stress. This is also where supersets shine. You have your same muscle supersets or compound sets. You have your push-pull supersets, and then your pump-focused compound variations. Research shows that metabolic stress combined with moderate loads maximizes hypertrophy. This quarter makes you look fuller, makes you look rounder, and it makes you look overall more conditioned. And then we come to quarter four. And quarter four is going to be the deload and rebuild months, and this is months 10 through 12. So basically, quarter four is where you recharge your body. This is your joint recovery and restoration phase. You reduce volume by 25 to 30%. You keep your main movements, but you pull back on your load and intensity just a bit. You clean up your form, you work on weak points, you increase your mobility, and you let that inflammation come out of your body. This phase doesn't set you back. It actually makes you stronger going into the next year and going back to start over in the next phase. Believe me, this is actually the hardest quarter of the periodization, and I'm going to tell you why. We are programmed to lift hard and constantly max out weights, and you're not doing that in the fourth quarter of this plan. You're perfecting form, working out any weak spots in your training, and you're preparing your body for the next quarter where you'll return to high intensity. But this is a very important part of the program and not a part that you want to skip past. So how do you pull all of this together? Well, it's quite simple. Quarter one would be the controlled 3-3 foundation. Quarter two is going to be the heavier compound strength with my 6-2 training method. Quarter three is going to be hypertrophy with supersets and the 3-3 intensity level. And in quarter four is going to be the deload, rebuild, and restore. Then you repeat the cycle the following year, adjusting weights and volume as you grow. This gives men over 50 the perfect balance of strength, size, joint health, and overall progress, as well as long-term sustainability. Here's the 6-2 training video. I'm going to put that right up here. You go check that out, and then after you've looked at that, you go get fit.